Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you wished that the wah pedal on your pedal board was just a little bit more versatile? Or maybe you always wanted to chase a specific wah sound, but you either didn't have the money to buy a specific wah pedal, or that sound that you were searching for was just simply unattainable? Well, the guys at Keyztone have come up with a solution. In this video, we're going to check out this really cool, very simple, all analog pedal called the Wahouwah. This is going to transform the way you think about wah. So the Wahouwah is a very unique pedal. It works great for both guitar and bass, and it basically adds an entire new creative and tonal tweaking dimension to your existing wah tones. The guys at Keyztone have a patent pending for their wah detection system, which is essentially what this thing is based around. So before we start digging into the pedal, I just want to say this is a sponsored video. The guys at Keyztone are paying me to make this video, and they've provided me with the Wahouwah for the purpose of making this video as well. So on the surface, the Wahouwah looks like it would be a digital pedal. There's no controls on the pedal, just 3 foot switches. All the tweaking is done via Bluetooth, but this is 100% analog, even though there's actually no controls on the pedal, and you do have to tweak it with your mobile device. The pedal circuitry and the way the signal passes through is all analog. The pedal itself can store 6 different presets, so you connect to the pedal via your phone, so it works with Android or iOS devices. Using the Keyztone app from the App Store, you create all your different presets through there, and then the pedal then saves those presets. On the phone device, you can have an unlimited number of presets, but you can actually save 6 of them to the pedal as well. You can also edit in real time, so if you connect your phone to the pedal, you can change up the tones in real time while you use it. So we can use this in 2 different ways. So on the back of the unit, we have a single jack and a pair of jacks. So I can connect a wah pedal to this or an expression pedal. This thing detects which one is connected. You actually set this up in the app, and then you can control all the different parameters with the pedal. So the way this works is this essentially revoices your wah pedal to be anything else you want it to be. So as well as being able to dial in an unlimited number of different wah tones, there's also a bunch of presets already in the library of classic wah tones and signature pedals. You can also use it for some other things as well. So there's an auto wah feature in there, there's a volume feature, there's a couple of tremolo style effects in there too, and some sort of bandwidth filters as well. Some really cool stuff you can use. So you might go to the gig with just your wah pedal. This thing can turn it into a bunch more effects. So the pedal itself is really, really simple to use. The switch in the middle turns the effect on and off. So if the pedal is turned off, it completely bypasses the wah pedal or the expression pedal you've got plugged into it. So for example, if you've got a wah pedal plugged into this, you'd plug the output of this to the input of the wah, and the output of the wah to the input of this. So there's like a loop there. You're essentially putting it in the loop of the pedal. This will then pass the wah signal through the filters in this, out, and then via the output on the side of the unit. What that means is you can actually leave your wah pedal switched on at all times. Also works great for switchless wahs, and then you can just turn it on and off with this switch here. Either side, we've got the bank controls, so up and down. You can bank for the 6 different presets, and the K in the middle actually changes color depending on which bank you're on. If you use an expression pedal, it has to be a stereo TRS jack. That just runs to the expression pedal, and that deals with both the in and out signals through a single cable. So with this being a pedal that's sort of designed for someone who needs a bunch of tones from a single pedal, I've put together a little rig to demonstrate how this would work for a gigging musician in context with other pedals in the chain. So I'm going to be using this with this small pedal board I've put together. So this is the board that I've put together. So let's imagine I'm going to a gig and I need to travel light. I can't take a ton of pedals with me for various reasons. Maybe it's a transport thing, maybe it's the size of the gig. So I need the maximum amount of flexibility from my rig as possible. So what I've done is I've got the Wahouwah with 6 different presets, which I'll show you with a screen share from my phone as well. I've got 3 different wah presets programmed in. I've got a volume pedal preset, a tremolo preset, and a sort of quacky auto wah preset as well, just for a bit of fun. All of this is going to be manipulated with this Boss expression pedal, which is going via a TRS cable. So that would work the same if I was using a wah pedal, but I would just need 2 cables from the in and out of this via the wah pedal. My analog banking of tone for some drive, the Mako R1 for reverb from Walrus Audio, and my amp today is just straight into my interface, which is the Walrus Audio ACS1, which I'm running on like a Fender type setting. So again, this would be a great DI rig. I can literally take this to a gig, plug straight into the PA, and away I go. So the reason that I've set a tremolo effect in this is because let's imagine that I need a modulation effect. This doesn't have a bunch of modulations built in, but it does have a really cool sort of swirly harmonic tremolo style effect. So that kind of fills my need for that sort of chorusy Leslie type tone. So that means with this one pedal, I've now unlocked 6 new tones by adding an expression pedal to my board. That's where the real versatility comes from this thing. So I'm going to plug this thing in now, and then we'll run over some of the presets to show you just how versatile this can be in a small rig. All right, so you've seen the pedal rig. The guitar I'm going to use is my PRS S2 Studio. This is a super versatile guitar that I use for a lot of gigs. It really gets me through a lot of different tones when I need it. So that's going to be going through the pedal board rig that you saw. So currently you will see on the Wahouwah, the K is flashing red. That means I'm on the first preset. If I press the bypass switch, that gets brighter and it stays on red. So when it's flashing, it's in bypass mode. When it's on, it's engaged. If I press the up button, you'll notice the K changes color. That's me cycling through the 6 patches. When I get to the purple K, I'm at the top of the range, so I can't go any further. I then have to go backwards, back down to red. I can also use the mobile app. So if I press one of these alternative presets on the app that I've got loaded, you'll notice the K is also changing color. So I have 6 different presets loaded on the app. I've got the first one, which is called Jimmy Baby. This is sort of like a Hendrixy kind of wah. I've got SL Wash, which is a slash style wah with a bit of a play on the name there. Tremolo AW, which is the blue K. That's the tremolo effect. It's like a harmonic tremolo. The AW signifies auto wah, so this is an automatic effect, so the expression pedal doesn't actually do anything in this effect. Cry Original is like a vintage style Crybaby, a typical one that you'd buy from a shop. Volume is obviously puts it into volume pedal mode. And Freetic Wah is another auto wah. That's just a bit of a fun one. So we'll start with Jimmy Baby there right at the top. So if I play, I'll put some drive on, you won't hear any wah as long as the K is flashing. So if that K is flashing, you're just going to hear my dry guitar signal. Notice I'm moving the expression pedal and nothing is happening. As soon as I engage this, so that's my first wah, which is like a Hendrixy type wah. The second one is my slash style wah. So that one's great if I want some aggressive rock sounding wah. The next preset is my tremolo one. So this is actually really good for some clean tones. So if you're ever on a small pedal board gig and you need a quick fix of modulation, That's a really cool setting for that. The fourth setting we're using is the original Crybaby. So again, back to some drive here. Actually, we could do some clean funky wah with this. So you can see as soon as you add a little bit of drive, it changes the characteristics. Preset number 5, I've got set to a volume pedal. So again, with the Wahouwah disengaged, nothing happens. In the heel down position, as soon as I engage the Wahouwah, it will just mute my signal, because this is in volume pedal mode. So you could use that as a cool stutter effect if you wanted to. Or you could leave the Wahouwah engaged and use the expression pedal or your wah pedal as a volume pedal. So that's really handy if you don't want to give up any real estate on your board for volume. And then the final preset I've got loaded is the sort of auto wah type one. This is just on there for a bit of fun because sometimes I like to have a filtery type effect when I'm playing. So I also mentioned you can get a lot of control from this from the app. So if I engage the Wahouwah in the purple mode, and then I simply just go back to Crybaby on the app, you'll notice the pedal changes red. That means I've changed the preset purely over Bluetooth with the app. Now if I click this again, I then go into the tweak mode. So this is the live edit. So this is where I can actually custom design each of my presets to suit what I need. So you can either go to the preset library and pick one of these huge amount of presets and assign it to your pedal. You can also see which ones you've already assigned because it has the symbol next to it. So if I come back to my home, I click into Crybaby, I have 3 screens here. So I have the heel down, the toe down. This allows me to set the level. So I can actually set this at a sort of line level boost, which is by setting this all the way down to full. So that would just be the standard volume, and I can basically roll off up to, I think it's 60 dB of volume if I want to, or I can have it muted in either the front or back down position. I can adjust the frequency of that position of the pedal and also the Q factor as well. So obviously this pedal is preset to this, and then if I come into the third screen, I can choose the filter type, normal wah, soft wah, hard wah, or no wah. That would be for volume control effects. You set your controller between an expression pedal or a wah pedal. The bypass mode, this is depending on how you basically switch the pedal on and off. So you can actually set this to be turned off via your wah pedal as well. So if you're using a conventional wah with a switch, you change that to external wah. That will basically mean that the switch on the wah pedal will be the enabling factor, and you can leave the Wahouwah on. The Wahouwah itself, which is obviously turning the bypass on that pedal on, or auto heal. So if you've got a Crybaby or another wah pedal that's sort of automatically switched on when you put your foot on it, you can set it to that, and then it will register that as the on method. And then the stroke, it basically tells you the natural stroke of a pedal or the heel or toe boost. That's just another tweakability you can have there. The gain is obviously the overall gain level as well. And if you want to add an auto effect, simply click the auto tick there and set the speed of it, or you can leave it off for sort of manual manipulation. So the Wahouwah is a super versatile piece of kit. So you can go from a super throaty kind of Hendrixy wah and then you can jump over to your clean channel, you can change the Wahouwah to a tremolo effect. Then maybe in the next song you're going to need some auto wah. And then perhaps you need some volume swells. And then perhaps the next song of your set is going to be a bit more of a rock number, so you'll want something like a slash wah. But you can then also change that up. So if I come into the preset mode again, I can select another preset. So let's say I don't need the slash wah, I want to use something like harmonics. I can assign that to slot 2, which is my green one. But before I do that, I have to come into here and make sure that on my third screen, expression pedal is selected as my controller type. That will just mean that I'm not using a wah pedal, I'm using an expression pedal. And now we'll hear a completely different tone. Or perhaps you want to use a raga wah. So let's put that as my second preset. Make sure that is set to expression pedal and save that. Or maybe I want to use a Clyde style wah. So like a 60s kind of Vox style wah. Once again, set the controller type to expression pedal. I have to do this every time because I'm using an expression pedal, but if you're using a wah, you don't have to do that every time. There's also a couple of different signature models in there. So in presets, we've got Zach Wild, which is like a take on the Zach Wild signature model. So again, I've always got to make sure I change that to expression mode. Some of the wahs are a bit more extreme than others depending on who they're based after, but as you can see there is a ton of stuff. So you've even got some bass wahs in there, you've got some different reso wahs, so these are going to be some different filtery type effects. There's some really cool filtery stuff in there. We've got a couple of famous bass wahs as well, like Pulling Teeth, which is based off the early Cliff Burton Metallica bass solo. A couple of different auto wah type things as well, which is pretty fun. We've got Wooble, which I'm going to take a stab, is sort of like an LFO type filter. So that's like a sort of slow tremolo build. I mean, you get the idea. You can see there from the preset library, there is a ton of stuff available to you. You can really take a lot of different effects in one small package on your pedal board. This thing can really transform your rig, and it can give you so many additional options with your existing wah pedal. So there you go, there is the Wahouwah by Keyztone. What a cool, fun pedal and a great way to unlock a bunch of new tones in your pedal board. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of this thing and what you would do with a pedal like this in your rig. I'd love to hear about that. And there are also some links in the description where you can check this thing out on the Keyztone website as well. So please go do that. Please go give these guys some love. They're making some really cool products and this is one of them. I think this is going to be a very popular pedal with anyone out there who loves to tweak their tone, and especially anyone who's looking for a little bit more from their wah pedal. Let me know what you think down below, and don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks for watching.